Usually we perceive the world as a process of subject is perceiving object. So for example, in the sentence, I see you, there is the subject that is doing something with the object. And this is not just grammar, it's actually very significant, because this is the way you perceive and automatically interpret every single situation that you experience in life. If you're in the regular egoic state of perceiving yourself, of perceiving your existence, this is the underlying structure that you give and the context that you give to all of your experiences. And in this video, I want to explain how you get from that perspective to the true, to the enlightened perspective. Because what is the problem with this idea of being a subject, doing something with the object? The problem, very simply, is that it is an illusion, that it's not true. And you can do an experiment in meditation where you really see that it's not true. And if you practice that over and over again for long enough of a time, you will stabilize into true perspective. And at first it may be really difficult to overcome this immediate interpretation that creates the illusion of being a separate self. It may be really difficult, but it's possible. And when you perceive yourself as the separate individual that you think you are right now, that's exactly what's going on. I see you. When an object arises in your experience, it's not just the object. Actually, in truth, it's just the object. But immediately you create the story around that object that adds on top that there's a process happening to the object that is perceived by some subject. So when you see something in your visionary field, it's not just there for you, it's also perceived by someone. And that someone is the illusory self. You create on top of whatever is arising as consciousness, in consciousness. On top of that, you create the illusion of a self perceiving it. And I repeat that so often because you really have to get that. And in truth, you can perceive the object as all there is. Any object is actually arising in or as consciousness, period. It's the one thing. When you look very closely, you will see. Look at any object for long enough, observe it, try to find the seeing, the process of seeing, and try to find the subject. And you will do that over and over again, and you will feel like, yeah, there is this object, but is it not seen by me? I'm seeing the object. Look closer. What is there? Is there something else than the object, arising as consciousness? And then really see that you are not the observer. And that might sound confusing because sometimes in spirituality people say, try to see yourself not as the mind-body but as the observer. That's still only one step. You have to see finally at some point that there is no perceiver, that there is no separate consciousness from whatever is going on as this process in every moment of arising and falling away as one process. And it's pure potential. It's arising as everything. It's self-conscious, self-aware, and it's completely empty of any one specific thing. So it's no thing, it's nothing, nothingness. It arises, brings with it self-awareness, falls away, transforms, changes into another experience moment to moment, always fresh, always unpredictable, always new. And that's how you get from perceiving yourself as the process of I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I taste you, so you perceiving the world, to oneness arising as consciousness. Of course, there are much more details to this whole process. We will explore many more of the aspects in the future. Hope this gives you some food for thought, maybe some help for your contemplative practice, and gives you some motivation to keep self-inquiry and keep up meditation. You can break this illusion and get to oneness, wholeness, completeness, pure awareness, awakeness, consciousness, whatever term you want to use to describe this true perspective. Hope this helps. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Goodbye.